We are back at another station. This time, like I've said previously, I'm mostly going to stay consistent with the North Jersey coastline. The train station I am at is called Little Silver Station. Now, this station, from the name you could probably tell, serves the community of Little Silver, which is a smallish coastal town that is on the coast in central New Jersey. This is the parking lot, and as you can see, is a pretty sizable parking lot despite the size of this train station here. So I'm gonna just walk a little bit over so you can take a little peek. But the train station is mostly just this one station building. And actually, talking about this, so as you can tell from that train speeding past, this station is not one of the stations that is always stopped at. This station is more of a local station, so more of the local trains will be stopping here. That train just passed most likely is either the semi-local or the express train, and that one I believe is going all the way to New York Penn Station. Now, once you are here and you're in the parking lot, you can either pay with your phone using the app Park Mobile by using that code there. But if we look over here, there's also parking meters. And if we look and try not to focus on the cop, there's a signboard here. It's daily parking. Daily fee of $3 per 24-hour period. Parking for that, and you also get permits. Slightly panicking because there was a cop just there and I was filming and I really didn't. That was almost an accident. Damn, people should drive better. Anyway, yeah, so as you can see here, there is strict parking enforcement here. So unlike some other places where they're like free parking, or you need a permit specifically, or they have times that you can and can't park, this specifically, you have to pay, you have to have a certain car, you can only do a certain amount of days, and a certain amount of times. Despite this small nature of the station, this location has actually been the location of the Little Silver train station since it was originally built in 1875. However, in 1882, this train station, as there is a bridge, and I'm forgetting which side it was on, but there was a trestle bridge where a New York and Long Branch Lightning Express train, which was the old railroad that ran through and used the station, had an accident where the train derailed and 5 of the 7 cars of the train tragically plummeted into the river. Among on this train actually was former President Ulysses S. Grant at the time, who actually survived the accident. The original station house was then replaced with the one that it currently stands today, which was built in 1890. Again, what is notable about this station is this station house you see has existed pretty much intact and in its entirety since 1890. There's only been a slight renovation in the inside in 2001 and was finished in 2003 to just bring it up to modern standards. This train station is also on the state and federal registers of historic places and is listed as part of the Operating Passenger Railroad Station's thematic resource. So this is basically now a registered historical site. So as you can tell, walking back and forth here, we first of all are on the track 1 side, which is to Long Branch and eventually Bay Head. But one kind of unique thing to this station specifically is the fact that this station is a truck coming by, but this station is unique because it's not at grade or above or trenched or raised or anything. This is a low level station, so that means you have to walk up onto the train, while at other stations you can just be on the platform and just walk straight on. Walking down a little further so I don't get in people's way, we have the catenary wires, and as you can see there's markings for the 6, 8, and 10, so that indicates the distance for where the train needs to stop. And as you can see, this train, when it stops, pretty much just blocks traffic for the entire time, and that's just in relation to just the size of the station. It's basically nestled right in between that road and the road over there, so the train physically just doesn't have enough space to not block traffic. Walking down almost to the end over here, you can see we have these older style lamps, but also these all have microphone speakers that will do announcements. And as we can see over here, there's posted boards, which, like at Woodbridge that we saw, have accurate time schedules and the map itself for the entire North Jersey coastline. So coming over here, we can see that the end of the station is over there. But we also can see, we walk a little further, you can see the little silver sign and kind of the older New Jersey Transit font. And as we can see, there's not much seating here on this side. There is more on the other side, but the thing is, they account for the fact that most people are not going to be on this side because the majority of people going from this station are going into New York City. With this parking lot over here is again for this Long Branch side. There's also a smaller one on the New York side. And as we walk along here, we could see a little bit of development around the train station itself. So there's a little shopping plaza. I believe that is a restaurant, a Birkenstock, some dentists, a dance studio. So there's a little bit of things to do around here. But again, this is a bit of a smaller one, so take what you will, basically. And as we walk down, you can see there's, in fact, one singular bench for this entire side of the tracks. We're walking to the end here. As a result of the nature of the station, it being low level and being a smaller platform, you do have to cross the road and the tracks to get to the other side. They have this section blocked off and they force you to kind of go this way, which goes to more shopping and a Dunkin' over there. However, this section is only for pedestrians, which is nice and makes it feel a little safer than having to cross over a highway. So now we're getting onto the other side where this station building is. As you can see, there's more seating, more boards and things to tell you where you're going, and that's because, again, the majority of people that are coming to this station are going to New York, because a lot of people are commuting and have jobs in New York, or just going to see any like baseball games or anything that they want to do in New York, or even go for a day trip. So you can see here as we come around, there's this little shelter Doesn't have seating, but it does have a New Jersey Transit ticket machine, which does give you accurate times. If you can see, it's a little hard because of the glare of the sun, but it does give you accurate timing for the train, and you can use it to buy tickets. So say I wanted to go to your Penn Station, and you could choose one way, round trip, 10 trip, and monthly pass. Right here, it's a little park area. It's got some benches, a little tree in the middle. That gives you some good seating and something to do while you wait. And as we walk down, we can see there is more seating. There's like bees everywhere. This is crazy. But there's more seating over here. Some lamps, more train signs. This is a very faded map of the entire system. Let's see, is it up to date? Yes, I think it is, but this is the Northeast Corridor and it's super faded. You can really only see the lines that they have in blue. But then there's the end of the station going down here. And this train is coming in 2 minutes. Actually, not even. You could see it down there. Well, it's coming in, but this is the station and people are lining up, getting out of the station and out of their cars and things, saying goodbye to loved ones. Hop on this train to New York. Here's the announcement.
Expected to arrive on track 2 in approximately 3 minutes.
That's the announcement. As you can see though, doing the things to put down the gates over there. Because again, this train does go over the roads basically just because of the length of it alone. Here it is coming in. Really get a feel of how big these trains are from this. I mean, we're at like the bottom of the train here, and you literally have to hop up to get on. At some of the like at-grade crossings, you don't realize how big the train is, but when you're down here, you actually see the full scale and height of it. Now, you could already probably tell from this, but these are the multi-level cars, in contrast to the Comet 3 cars that are normally run on the coastline. Now, as you can see, it didn't go over the road over here, but if we walk closely, and you can see the train does actually extend over the road when it's parked here. And here's it leaving, headed out to New York Penn Station. This also, like I mentioned before, is a local train, and you know it's local because it is stopping here. Now, seeing the 3 people that got on this train kind of puts it into perspective and makes sense why the ridership here is so low and why this is only a stop on local. According to a 2012 study that New Jersey Transit did, this train station really only gets about 786 people weekly, which is more than some other stops on this line, but is still not as high as some other train stations and lines on the New Jersey Transit network. Now, this station house is actually still open, and you are able to go inside. So let's take a little peek inside. There's a small waiting area here. Got a water fountain. Let's see. It's locked. There's a small ticket booth. If you didn't want to get your tickets online. And there's a coffee shop. It's pretty cool. Gonna take a little seat for this. They got nice wooden benches. Not hostile architecture, which is really nice. But I really like this station, even though it's a little bit on the smaller side. There's only about one train each direction, roughly about every hour. And in comparison to some of the other stations that have it more frequently. However, there is good seating. There's great parking if you were coming in to do a park and ride. There's also this amazing old station house that has been here for over 2 decades now, and it is still being used. You could buy tickets there, and you get coffee before you get on the train, which is really nice. I will say this train station gets like a solid 7 out of 10. I know my original ranking, I said this station was a 7 out of 8, but after going in the station building itself and sitting there for a second, first of all, I found out that it's actually air conditioned inside, which is really nice on a somewhat hot day. But also that the convenience of having a coffee shop and having something right before you get on the train is really nice. So actually, I think I'm going to change my ranking from a 7 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10. Heyo. No, it looked different. I'm feeling this a different day in a different location. I'm dumb. I forgot to film an outro again. So again, if you like the content that you're seeing, please like and subscribe. It'll really help out. I don't mind if you do, but it would help out a lot if you did. Thanks for watching, and I will see you hopefully soon. I got another station that is actually just the station north of the station that you just watched.